I sat down to do a full WWDC recap video. That didn't work. Instead, I just ended up talking about the Vision Pro and my conflicted thoughts on it. So let's roll with that. Apple's entrance into the AR/VR market has been highly anticipated for years now. Thinking back on it, I don't think Apple mentioned VR or virtual reality once in the entire keynote. It's definitely about that augmented experience, taking all the things we use in the digital realm and merging it into physical reality in what Apple calls its first spatial computer. It's really about that, the blending of the physical and the digital into this one experience. Let's just cut to the chase. This is a $3,499 device that I have a lot of issues with. We'll get to that in a bit. But I'm definitely buying one day one. Why? Well, as a guy who loves new technology, as a longtime Apple geek, I'm just really excited to play with this, new concept, which, according to all the hands-on reviews that I've seen so far, is really the best of the kind that's come out so far. Practically, I'm sure I'll find uses for it, but it isn't a device that solves a problem that I know I have now. It's not, I need to get this to solve this problem. It's just something I'm excited about. I want to play around with it as both a user and a developer. Because who knows, it could end up taking off, and I'd love to be there on the ground floor. At the same time that I'm excited about it, I'm really pumped up and I can't wait to get my hands on it early next year. I'm also a bit enraged about it and how Apple has presented it in certain portions of their marketing material. Modern technology has enabled us to do so many cool things, so many good things. But with that has also come a danger. Even though now we're more connected than ever before, at the same time, we're living with more depression and more angst and more anxiety than ever before. Increased exposure and reliance on modern tech definitely has its drawbacks, and this will be no exception. As we ascend the mountain of technological progress, we're able to do so much more, but we're able to cause so much more harm. Now, I know Apple just wants to show how, even though you have these goggles strapped on your face, you can still interact with the world around you, and that's an important feature and something that should be used in very minor circumstances. However, the fact that they were emphasizing in the marketing material, like for instance, the father in the kitchen, the child kicks the ball, but he has the face mask, but he has the Vision Pro on and kicks it back, showing that he can still interact with his children around him. Why on earth does he even have the Vision Pro on his head at that moment in time? Sure, of course, there are and will be exceptions. You could say, oh, he was an important business meeting, but this shows that he can still take care of his son while he is handling these business blah, blah, blah. Yeah, let's move past that and talk about another example. The Vision Pro comes with a bunch of cameras on it, which allows you to take 3D images and videos, which is really, really cool. But the fact that one of the demonstrations they gave was a parent with the Vision Pro on at their child's birthday party, blowing out the candles and getting a 3D image of that scene, I'm sure that the end product was definitely cool, being able to see them in 3D and move it around. But two questions for you. One, why don't you want to experience that moment with your child? Why do you want to be experiencing this event looking through a headset? And two, what is the example that you're setting for your child? That, this is a special moment for them and you're not really present. They just get to see this digital rendering of your eyes. Which, yes, is cool in an uncanny valley sort of way. Or what about that couple on the couch sitting and talking with one another through the Vision Pro instead of, just lifting it off and talking to one another face to face? Now, I get it. Apple is really emphasizing the fact that the Vision Pro is an integration between the digital and the real, and they want to show that you can still experience the physical reality around you while wearing it. What kind of message are we sending? We're saying, hey, we have this special event and, go ahead, wear a face mask. Maybe that was the wrong thing to say. All that said, I am really hyped about the Vision Pro, and I'm really looking forward to getting it. Like I said, $3,500 price point aside, I'm ordering this day one. And if they offer a dev kit like they have in the past, I'm definitely going to sign up for that, because I think it's going to be really cool. And while I don't expect myself to spend hours a day in it, I do think it will be useful for me. Let me talk about the 3 ways that I think I'll be using it personally. First up is the thing that I'm most excited about, and that's work. For my use case, one of the coolest things about the Vision Pro is the fact that you can wirelessly connect it to your Mac and have virtual Mac desktops and windows open in front of you without having to have the physical real estate for these large monitors. Now, I personally sit, stand, or walk in front of 2 27-inch displays, and that takes up a lot of physical real estate. I love the idea that I could put on the Vision Pro to work for a couple of hours in a virtual space where I could have multiple of these huge 4K windows or desktops open so I can do some dev work or open up some other things to the side for times when I really need the extra space, but I don't have access to my 27-inch screens. Say for instance when I'm traveling, I love tiny laptops. The ability to take the Vision Pro along with me and just use that for virtual monitors is really cool and something I'm excited about. Besides just using it as screens for Mac, I love the possibilities for networking ideas and thoughts and just, the possibilities there are endless. The ability to connect ideas in 3D space versus, just in 2D space is really cool and something I'm really excited for and can't wait to see what developers come up with. Maybe myself included. The second big area of use is, of course, the entertainment or the consumption side of things. Up until now, this is where most of the existing headsets have really thrived. Now, I don't currently own a headset, and I've only used one for a couple of days before to play some games, and that was a cool experience. But I really look forward to using the Vision Pro for a more immersive entertainment scenario. But say I'm alone in my office and I want to watch something by myself, I think this is going to be incredibly awesome. That whole theater experience just right there in front of you from the comfort of your own home and chair. I'm really excited about that. As far as games, I'm excited to see what Apple can pull out of game developers, but frankly, they don't have a great track record, but here's hoping. The final area of use that I see for myself is that, social or work connection with other people. Now, don't get me wrong, if I'm in the same location as someone, I'm not going to be wearing the Vision Pro and interacting with them. But let's face it, I'm a remote developer, I'm dean at a remote university, and I have friends all over the world. I spend a lot of time connecting with other people digitally anyway, and I'm really excited to see how the Vision Pro can improve that. At this point, I still have a lot of questions about the Vision Pro, as I'm sure all of us do. But all I can say is I'm really excited for placing my order whenever that comes, earliest now, 7 months, probably more realistically like 9 months. But when that happens, I'm definitely going to be ordering day one. How about you?